Artificial intelligence has never been more impressive. Every few weeks, a new breakthrough captures the world's attention. AI can write essays, create music, generate realistic images, translate languages, answer difficult questions, and even hold conversations that feel surprisingly natural. Tasks that once required hours can now be completed in minutes. Problems that seemed impossible only a few years ago are becoming ordinary. Technology is advancing at an astonishing pace, yet, at the very same time, another trend is unfolding quietly in the background. Around the world, millions of people report feeling lonely. This seems like a contradiction. We have more ways to communicate than any generation before us. We can send a message across the world in seconds. We can video call family members living on another continent. We can meet strangers online who share our interests. We are constantly connected through phones, computers, and social media. So why does genuine human connection seem harder to find? Perhaps the problem is not that technology has failed to connect us. Perhaps it has changed what we expect from connection itself. For thousands of years, human relationships were shaped by physical presence. People worked together, shared meals, celebrated milestones, solved problems, and faced hardships side by side. Friendships were built slowly through repeated encounters. Trust developed over time, often without anyone consciously noticing. Human relationships were rarely efficient. They required patience, misunderstandings, compromise, forgiveness, silence. Today, many parts of life have become faster and more convenient. Shopping takes minutes instead of hours. Entertainment is available instantly. Information arrives before we even ask for it. Artificial intelligence promises to remove even more friction from our daily lives by helping us learn, work, organize, and create more efficiently. Efficiency is valuable, but meaningful relationships have never been built on efficiency alone. One reason AI feels so appealing is that it offers something many people rarely experience in everyday conversations: immediate attention. When you ask AI a question, it responds almost instantly. It doesn't interrupt. It doesn't become impatient. It doesn't appear distracted by notifications or competing priorities. It remembers the context of the conversation and adapts to your communication style. Whether you ask simple questions or discuss complex ideas, it responds with remarkable consistency. For many people, that experience feels comforting. After a stressful day, opening an AI assistant may feel easier than calling a friend. There is no fear of judgment, no concern about bothering someone, no worry about saying the wrong thing. Psychologically, this makes perfect sense. Human beings naturally seek environments where they feel emotionally safe. If a conversation consistently reduces anxiety, our brains begin to associate that interaction with comfort. Over time, we may find ourselves returning to it again and again. This does not mean AI truly understands human emotions in the way another person does. Rather, it demonstrates how powerful responsive communication can feel. The danger is not that people enjoy talking to AI. The danger is forgetting that real relationships are fundamentally different. Real friendships involve two people who both have needs. Real conversations include disagreements. Real love requires vulnerability. Real relationships sometimes disappoint us because other people have their own fears, responsibilities, and imperfections. Ironically, those imperfections are often what make relationships meaningful. No lifelong friendship exists without conflict. No successful marriage exists without compromise. No family avoids difficult conversations forever. These challenges are not flaws in human relationships. They are part of what gives them depth. Artificial intelligence can simulate conversation remarkably well, but it does not share our experiences. It cannot grow alongside us through decades of memories. It cannot remember the smell of a childhood home or the feeling of holding someone's hand during difficult times. It can generate words about those experiences, but it cannot live them. As AI becomes increasingly capable, another subtle change is taking place. Technology is reducing opportunities for spontaneous human interaction. Think about a typical day. Food can be delivered without speaking to anyone. Groceries can be purchased through self-checkout. Movies are streamed at home. Meetings happen online. Customer service is handled by chatbots. Even education is becoming increasingly digital. None of these innovations are inherently negative. They save time and improve convenience. For many people, they make life easier and more accessible. But every convenience also removes small moments of human contact. The cashier who remembers your name, the neighbor you meet while walking the dog, the conversation that begins while waiting in line, the unexpected invitation from a coworker. Many meaningful relationships begin by accident. Communities grow through repeated, ordinary interactions rather than dramatic events. When everyday encounters disappear, building lasting relationships often becomes more difficult. Another factor shaping modern loneliness is the attention economy. Every app competes for our focus. Every notification asks for a response. Every recommendation encourages another click. Artificial intelligence makes these systems increasingly personalized. Algorithms learn what captures our attention and become better at keeping us engaged. The result is a world where we spend more time interacting with carefully designed digital experiences and less time fully present with the people around us. Being constantly occupied is not the same as being connected. In fact, endless stimulation can make genuine connection harder. Meaningful conversations require attention. Listening requires patience. Empathy requires slowing down long enough to understand another person's perspective. These qualities cannot flourish if our minds are continually pulled in different directions. Perhaps one of the greatest challenges of the AI age is not protecting jobs from automation. It is protecting our ability to remain deeply present with one another. This does not mean artificial intelligence is the enemy. Far from it. AI has extraordinary potential. It can help doctors diagnose diseases earlier. It can assist teachers in creating personalized lessons. It can support scientific research, accelerate innovation, and expand access to knowledge around the world. Used wisely, it can improve countless aspects of human life. The question is not whether we should develop AI. The question is how we choose to live alongside it. Technology has always shaped civilization. The printing press transformed education. Electricity changed daily life. The internet connected billions of people. Artificial intelligence may become one of the most significant technological developments in human history. But every technological revolution forces us to reconsider what remains uniquely human. If machines become better at processing information, perhaps wisdom becomes more valuable. If machines become better at generating content, perhaps authenticity becomes more important. If machines become better at conversation, perhaps genuine presence becomes our greatest strength. A friend is not valuable simply because they provide answers. A friend is valuable because they choose to remain beside us even when there are no easy answers. Love cannot be measured by efficiency. Trust cannot be downloaded. Belonging cannot be generated on demand. These experiences grow slowly through shared time, shared struggles, and shared memories. Artificial intelligence may become one of the most useful tools humanity has ever created, but it should remain a tool, not a replacement for the relationships that give our lives meaning. As AI grows smarter, our responsibility grows as well. We must learn to use extraordinary technology without allowing it to replace ordinary human moments. Perhaps the future will not be defined by how intelligent our machines become. Perhaps it will be defined by whether we remember that the most important conversations are not always the fastest, the most efficient, or the most perfectly worded. Sometimes the conversation that changes your life is simply one where another person sits beside you, listens without rushing, and reminds you that you are not alone. Artificial intelligence may continue answering more of our questions, but only human connection can answer one of the oldest questions we have ever asked. Do I truly belong? The answer to that question has never depended on technology. It has always depended on one human being choosing to be present for another. And perhaps in the age of artificial intelligence, that simple choice will become more valuable than ever before.